know you thirsty. Like, dang, you want me to get you a Fiji? We gotta accept that we're gonna be fine. This is turning out to be a disaster. Shall we? Because the first one was icky, real icky. I posted to my IG stories about how I was going to do a makeup tutorial. It was like split down the middle. Like half of you guys wanted like kind of a sort of glam look with a smoky eye, and then some of you guys wanted a really no makeup look. So I'm going to do the smoky eye today just because that's what I want to wear. Then I will come back and film my no makeup looks. So yeah, I guess let's get started. So first I'm going to be going in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I just find that this gives me glass skin without looking too greasy or glossy, you know? I don't want to look like a greased chicken. The only thing about Milk products is it smells like mothballs to me. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but the scent just is not pleasant at all. So now I'm going to be going in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I am in the shade Praline. I'm just going to take about 2 pumps on the back of my hand. And then I like to apply my foundation with a beauty blender. I am a Virgo, so all of my beauty blenders are the same color and they're all tan, as close to white as possible. So if y'all see me using a beauty blender throughout, I have multiple, it's just they all are the same. I find that it gives me a really like glassy finish to my skin and more of a natural finish. Now I am a girl who suffers from PCOS. So you'll notice all throughout the jowls of my face, right here and right there, you'll notice that I have a lot of hyperpigmentation there. So I'm not sure if you can see it on camera because I'm far away, but child is there, okay? Because I have that hyperpigmentation, I have to really press the foundation into my skin. And I can't really use like stippling brushes or foundation brushes just because even if I do the same technique, for some reason, it just causes some movement with the product on my skin. So it doesn't really provide me any coverage whatsoever. So I prefer to use the beauty blender. We had a great conversation on IG Live last night, and I took some of the questions that I asked you guys to provide me whenever I told you I was gonna film this, and I took some questions from the IG Live. And some of you guys asked the same questions on both platforms, so I thought it would be fun if we went over them. The most asked question, like always, is what is your ethnicity? What is your race? What are you mixed with? First of all, okay, this is like no shade to the people that asked this, but I really want us to learn the definition between race and ethnicity. But that's a conversation for another day. Irregardless, I'm black, y'all. I am a black American, okay? The same history that I got flowing through my veins is probably the same history that the majority of y'all got. I am not biracial. Both of my parents are black. Both of their parents are black. Of course, our race was subject to pillaging, so I'm not quite sure if there's anything else. But here's the thing, and once again, like I said, this is no shade to the people who asked me this, but I feel like whenever I had shorter hair, did nobody ask me this? I feel like the reason people are asking me this is because they see that I have long hair. I understand that my complexion probably plays into it. I'm not disregarding that. But what I'm saying is I feel like when I'm out in public, my hair is down, I get stopped and asked what I'm mixed with. And that just didn't happen when I had shorter hair. So Forgive me, but I kind of feel like one of the reasons people keep asking me that is because I have long hair, and that's irritating because I'm like, y'all, we are the father and mother of humanity. The long hair gene came from us. It's just that, number one, shrinkage. Shrinkage be fooling y'all. For example, my best friend is 5'10", she has 4C hair, and if you stretch it out, it's in the middle of her back. It's like super long, but she's 5'10" and I'm 5'1", so if we were the same height, her hair would be very similar to the length that mine is. But also the second reason I think people keep getting fooled is because, unfortunately, systemic racism is still a thing, and a lot of us still have to assimilate into society. A lot of times that means doing things to our hair that aren't the best. I'm just blending this down into my neck now. Sometimes that can include damaging hair practices. So of course our hair is breaking, and so a lot of people still seem to think that black women cannot grow long hair on their own without being mixed. We don't need all of that, y'all. We are the father and mother of all humanity. The gene came from us. So I know y'all have seen people from the continent of Africa with hair all the way down their back. I know y'all have. I know y'all have seen people with locks all the way down their back. So I'm just like, y'all, we can grow hair without being mixed with anything. So once again, I'm not quite sure what the motivation was for asking me that, or what the motivation always is, but I promise y'all, I'm black just like you, okay?
I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black.
To be honest, I don't wear foundation all of the time. I know it's taking me forever to blend this out, but I really like a blended out foundation and base. I really do not like cakey foundation. So the next most asked question was single girl tips. So I talked a little bit about this on my IG live last night. It was so much fun. I am just going to conceal with the Huda Beauty concealer. I love this brand of concealer, which PSA before I apply this is a little bright. I'm applying it in the shade Coconut Flakes. I normally use the shade Cookie Dough. However, y'all know in the winter months, people tend to get a little bit lighter. Personally, I like a really bright under eye because y'all know these 24-hour shifts. These bags are huge.
Oh my God!
So I'm going in with a lighter shade. A lot of the girls were asking like, oh, well, can you talk a little bit about like dating advice and whatnot, which is so interesting because I've never dated. I'm just gonna apply, and I know this is super bright and some of y'all are like, dang, I'm tripping. A lot of people were asking what would I do if I were single, and number one, I would be hanging out at the gym, and there's a few reasons for this. Number one, you already know the guy is most likely going to look good, right? Now, if you want the guy to look good, you gotta make sure you putting in the work too. I'm gonna say that, okay? I don't want no guys in my video. You gotta tell women that they need a guy who looks good without them looking good. I'm just saying, if you want that energy reciprocated, you have to put that energy out there. So once again, I'm just taking the back end of my beauty blender. But also, usually men who go to the gym are very driven, right? It takes effort to make sure that you are consistently in the gym. And typically those men tend to be very driven outside of the gym as well. That's one of the places where I would hang. The only thing about dudes at the gym is, I will say, whoo, baby, they are thirsty. Okay, I mean, I would say 9 times out of 10 when a guy approaches me at the gym and I'm like, oh no, thank you very much, but I'm in a relationship. Like literally 30 minutes later, I'll look over and he's like hitting on another girl. Which, granted, I don't care. Like, do what you do, baby. I mean, that's what you supposed to be doing, okay? But it's just like, bro, you thirsty. Like, dang, you want me to get you a Fiji? You need an Essentia? Like, you are so thirsty. So, that's the only thing about dudes at the gym. And a lot of times when guys know that they look good, they tend to think that that just gives them a pass to do whatever they want to do. So that's the only thing that you have to look out for. I saw a video recently on either TikTok or IG talking about how black women are really taught to just accept men's financial status no matter what it is. And I completely agree with that. Like, why are we doing that? No. Don't come over here unless you have a job and it's a respectable career. Because what are we doing? You know, gym memberships take money. And of course, it doesn't take that much. It's only like $40 to $50, maybe $60. And I'm sure these people are probably eating right as well. That takes extra money as well. They probably invest in protein shakes and meal plans or meal services. So all those things take money. So chances are those men have jobs where it's providing them a salary where they're able to do those things. And once again, I'm not telling anybody to gold dig out there. That ain't in my ministry, but he do need to have a job, because what we gonna eat? Once again, I said this on my live, we're partners, we're a team. So, you know, Lord forbid you lose your job, or if something happens where you may be demoted, or if you get docked or whatever, I'm there to help you. But at the same time, you need to have a job. We're not doing that. But another thing is if I were single, I would probably look up some sort of affluent cigar lounge where a lot of successful businessmen are. And that's because I like to be surrounded by men who know how to present themselves. So, well, wait, that didn't come out right. Not surrounded by men because I'm not looking, but I'm saying if I were looking for a man, I would want one who knows how to present themselves, who knows how to dress well, who smells good. And usually that's men in business. So I would just look up cigar lounges, and you know, everybody got to eat. So I would just get cute, you know, put on a little cute outfit, do my makeup, make sure my hair is done, and go sit at the bar at said cigar lounge and eat, and you know, just see what happens. So those are the places that I would hang if I were, you know, a single girl out in these streets. And don't let people fool y'all. Being in a relationship is it, okay? Like, you have help, you have support, you know, can have somebody to go out and have fun with. You can release some stress, if you know what I mean. Just kidding.
Huh?
You can release some stress, if you know what I mean.
Huh?
But all I'm saying is don't let our culture and social media fool you. Like, being in a relationship is lit. I'm going to set my under eyes with the Huda Beauty baking powder and banana bread. I love this setting powder. And if you are a girly out there who wants to help the girlies, you know, just provide some tips in the comments, you know. Those are my tips for you guys. Okay, so the next most asked question is, are you going to have a wedding? And to be honest, no. Like, I just don't have a desire to spend my hard-earned money on a party. Honestly, I truly don't understand what job people have where they can just have a $40,000 to $50,000 wedding plus at their disposal, plus a honeymoon, plus buy a house, plus get new cars. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Because I'm still driving my 20-year-old car. And I'm like freaking out about paying for everything. What job do you guys have? I don't understand. And to be honest, I know that I have started vlogging, and I know that I have a presence on social media, but I'm actually a really private person. Like, I'm a person, I love to talk, I love to engage with people, but I really do like to keep like really intimate moments to myself. We can all go to Luby's or Papado. If y'all don't know what Luby's is, it's a cafeteria down here where the old people eat in Texas, but I love me some Luby's, okay? Don't be talking about Luby's. It's a quick way to get cussed the F out. I like Luby's.
Yo, man, you getting soft, sellout. Hey, man, you about to catch your eye jammy.
We can go to Luby's afterward, but everybody gonna pay for their own plate. Okay, I'm not paying for nothing. I do want like a nice dress and nice shoes and nice makeup and hair so that I can look cute in my photo, but that's all I care about. And I mean, I want my family and my closest friends to be there too, but that's it. Okay, so the last video that I did turned out awful because I was trying to do my eyebrows on camera, and you know what? I understand why the makeup girlies do their eyebrows before they come on camera, because that is just hard. I'm going to use the Hella On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. It's shade number 5. But I'm telling y'all, Gwen did her thing when she made this pencil. Okay, y'all need to go and get this. I don't like to have like a super perfect brow. It just makes it look like I'm going like this all night, you know?
He said, don't touch nothing.
I'm sorry, I don't look like that. So anyways, I'm just gonna do my brows. So let's move on. So the next most asked question was tips for vaginal health. And it's just so funny being an OB-GYN because I think people want me to tell them some sort of routine that is going to make their vagina smell like a smorgasbord of fruit and flowers. And that's just not what it is. Your vagina is supposed to smell like musk with a K, not must. You have your own scent, warm water and a clean washcloth and an unscented soap for sensitive skin around the groin and intertriginal areas, which are basically the creases where your thighs meet your buttock and your vulva. Around the vulva, avoiding the vagina is enough, okay? So I've learned that when I do my makeup, I can't do a lot to my face because I be starting to look like a sea turtle. Y'all know that dude from Finding Nemo, the sea turtle, like, yeah, dude.
Oh, righteous, righteous.
Yeah, I be looking like him. So I'm not going to carve them out with concealer or anything, but I am going to take that Huda Beauty concealer in cookie dough and I'm going to just pop out the bottom part of my brow bone. Hi. Hey, what are you doing? You're actually in my video right now. I'm filming a makeup video. Sorry guys, that was Mira. Go follow my girlfriend. She's amazing. So yeah, I'm just now going to blend out this concealer underneath my eyes just to kind of help pop out my brow bone, and that will also help to like lift the arch in the eyebrow. Okay, so now we are going to contour, and for my contour I actually use a stick foundation by Anastasia Beverly Hills in Espresso, and I like this just because it doubles as a cream contour for me, and I just do one swipe. I am taking my Sephora Pro Contour Sweep brush, which is number 97, so I'm just gonna blend that out. But yeah, so another question that people were asking me was what are some instances where you experience racial bias in medicine? And I was like, oh, that's like every day. So we actually talked about this on my IG live last night too. I don't really like to add contour to my forehead just because I kind of feel like my forehead is already darker than the rest of my face. So I just take whatever is here and I just extend it up to the sides and push it into my hairline. The most recent example that I can think of was when I was working a 24-hour shift, of course. And it was such a busy shift, you guys. It was busy the entire day. So much to the point where when the day nurses got off, the night nurses were just thrown into the fire. And they didn't even have time to get food because, you know, the cafeteria closes really early in the hospital. So it's like 3 a.m. at this point. That's when things started to settle. I am a physician where I believe in taking my nurses to the physician lounge. And from what I was told when I started, you can do that as long as you're with the nurse whenever you take them down. And so I was like, hey, let's go grab, you know, some snacks and some coffee because like I said, we hadn't eaten all day. And let's talk about this critical care patient who was on the floor. Since I was running around, I didn't really get the chance to check in on her a lot. It's 3 of us. It's 2 nurses and me. And as we're walking to the lounge, we see this cop who is walking in the hallway. And, you know, we didn't think anything of it because it's night shift and it's a hospital and this is very typical. We go into the lounge. Mind you, it's like 3 a.m. And if you guys watch my vlogs, you have seen I can get really delirious. At this point, I had gotten the update on the patient that I needed to, so at this point we're just talking. Like, I'm actually friends with my nurses, so like we talk outside of work. A lot of them are at my actual engagement party. At this point we're just talking. In this particular physician lounge, there's like a soda machine on one side and there's like a coffee machine on the other. And I'm getting some soda on one side of the lounge and I'm like being delirious in the corner. I think I was like singing like a UGK song or something. I was like, ah! My other two nurses wanted coffee, so they were on the other side getting coffee. And so my back is to them. On the side where you can get coffee, there is a door where somebody can enter. And so while I was turned being a lunatic, the police officer that we saw and that we passed coming to the lounge comes in. And so he's like interrogating my nurses. Who let you in here? And y'all know my nurses are a gang. Like I said, we're friends. So they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? 'Cause I don't think they knew the rules that they were allowed to be down there as long as they were with an accompanying physician. And so they weren't gonna give up my name since they didn't know that. So they were like, what are you talking about? And so I'm like over here being delirious, just being kooky and dumb. And then I turn around and I see him interrogating my nurses. And I'm actually very sensitive about my nurses. And if you are a physician or any type of APC, you should be too, because medicine can't run without them. And so I was like, what's going on? And he was like, who let y'all in here? Referring to us three. Now, rewind. Whenever we walked into the lounge, there was an older male Asian physician sitting like in the front of the lounge. So I was over here, my two nurses were over here, and the male Asian physician was more in the front. And so he was like, who let y'all in here?
Get out! Get out. I want these crew members leaving. Get these ear sets off of me. I've had enough. Gargoyles! Psychics!
I'm glad you're home.
Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
I was like, I let them in here. What are you talking about? I'm the physician. And he was like, you're the physician?
I looked at my friends. I was like, it's about to go down.
I was like, what do you mean, am I the physician? What are you talking about? And he was like, you just don't look like you can be the physician. And I was like, I am the physician, and I showed him my badge. And he was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I was like, why? Why didn't you know that? I was like, it sounds like what you're saying is that you didn't think I could be the physician because I'm a black woman. And you know, I told you, my nurses are my friends. So one of them was like, yeah, that sounds like exactly what he's saying.
My friends was in the background. They was like, oh!
We were like interrogating this man, like, what are you talking about? Like, you didn't know I was the physician, or you're so shocked that I could be a physician and I'm in here. And he was like, oh, no, that's not what it means. So now he's like nervous, and he's like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. And I was like, no, that's exactly what it sounds like to me. And I was like, this ain't nothing but jeans and good skincare, baby.
So pause. I actually forgot to tell you guys how I brought the Asian physician into this. So I said to the cop, you didn't ask the Asian physician if he was a doctor, because he obviously assumed that he was and that we weren't.
Now, why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get drawn
because you never apologized.
But yeah, homie, if we in this, you in this. We all in this together, boo.
And honestly, black women, we just gotta accept that we gonna be fine until we like 80 or something. And we still probably gonna be fine after then. Did y'all see Cynthia Bailey's 56th birthday picture? Baby, it's fine. I'm just saying, we gotta accept that we're gonna be fine. That was the most recent example. Of course, you know, in residency, I would always see like my colleagues who would be white, or in a particular diaspora, people that's more accepting to white. I feel like they would do the same things and they wouldn't get chastised like I would. I just realized that I didn't do my eyeshadow. This is why I can't do makeup videos, because I'm just gonna talk. I'm not gonna actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so right now my favorite palette at the moment is the Makeup by Mario palette. All neutrals. So I'm going to go in with EE9, this shade here, and I'm just gonna put that in my crease. Some people also were curious as to if perineal massage prevents vaginal tearing during deliveries, and yes, there have been studies that have shown that consistent perineal massage does reduce vaginal tears. However, in my experience, especially with primiparous patients or patients who are having a baby for the first time, I've noticed that it leads to a lot of perineal swelling if they've been pushing for a long period of time. So I either do one of two things. I either will not push my primiparous patients for long periods of time. I'll let their body do it naturally, or labor down, how we usually say. Or if I'm doing the perineal massage, it's because she's close to crowning, where I can perform perineal massage for only a couple of minutes. So I just put that shade all over my lid and in my crease. And I'm going to take this bottom corner here, EE12, and I'm just going to lightly brush the corner, and I'm not going to extend that too high up. I feel like I look crazy right now. Just hold on, have faith. But yeah, I went to the gym today, and I don't know who be in that gym, but this is the second or third time where I have just felt like they just be stinking up the entire section that they are in. And it's either one of two guys or it's both of them. I've noticed that anytime they're around, it smells like garlic flavored doo-doo chips.
Ben Starkey! Sorry.
Anyways, the point is, y'all need to be bathing, and if you go into the gym, put on clean clothes and deodorant before you come. Like, don't nobody feel like smelling that. I'm just gonna go in with this one, EE7, and I'm just gonna put a small amount of this mauve on my lid. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender blush, which is called Bounce Liquid Whipped Cream Blush in Playful Peach. Y'all, don't sleep on this. I'm just saying. Beauty Blender did they daggone thing. And I'm taking my Sephora 99 brush. I'm just taking this Fenty setting brush in 170 and just making sure I'm blending all of that out. Now I'm taking the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustler Baby. Yeah, I have been using this highlighter for like 2 years now, and this is the best highlighter. I personally like to apply my highlighter with a beauty blender. I just feel like I look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show on camera. This is turning out to be a disaster. And I'm also going in right above my brow bone. I'm gonna take the Sephora Black Ink Fine Line Felt Liner, and I'm just going to do a wing liner right quick. I'm going to use Sephora's Matte Black Eyeliner. Y'all, please stop sleeping on Sephora's products because they are bomb. I'm going to take the Ardell Naked Lashes in 420. And then you don't have to add mascara, but I like to add mascara to blend my natural lashes in with the strip. And so I'm using the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes. I'm going in with the curl and length side. It's a dual-ended mascara. And then for lips, I'm using the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in Rich Brown. And then I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Lip Gloss in Fenty Glow. Okay, so I'm going to set my makeup with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't even set my powder or do my bronzer. See, this is why I'm actually a person, I like to put my makeup back as I'm going through it. And because I'm in my living room, I just have everything kind of like spread out everywhere. And so it's just really difficult to remember the steps. I'm somebody, I can't function in clutter. Like my mind is just out there. So I'm gonna style my hair and I'll be back.
All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. So as you can see, I just put my hair in a high bun, and I also gave myself 2 veins, and of course I actually had to leave and go and get my nails done. So I filmed this after I came back, but of course, living in Texas and having natural hair, my curls fell and went limp. So I actually just pushed both of the veins to one side and just ended up wearing this hairstyle for the rest of the week. Thank you guys so much for watching my first ever makeup video.
We did it, Joe.
Let me know of any other makeup looks you want to see and what you thought of this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.
Now I'm mad at the night, just can't let you go.